Hi, welcome to Code. So in this episode of the LeetCode series, we are going to solve the question called lowercase. So this is a LeetCode question which is very simple question. So in this question, we are given a string s and we have to return after replacing all the uppercase letters into lowercase letters. It is as simple as that. So you have to input a string, convert all the uppercase letters into lowercase letters and return the exact same string. That is this question. So such a easy question. As usual, let's get started by solving an example and try to understand the logic and develop an algorithm for this, and later go to LeetCode and code the exact logic that we develop. Let's get started. So here we have a given string yes. So this contains two uppercase letters H and a L here. So our output must be like this, which has all the letters as lowercase letters. So that will be our output. That's pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's move on. We have a given string and a variable to denote whether the given string or given character is uppercase or not. So using this boolean character, we are going to decide whether we need to convert it into lowercase or not. Okay, so let's get started by traversing this string character by character. So let's start with the first character, which is H. So does H an uppercase character or a lowercase character? H is of course an uppercase character here, and hence we must convert this uppercase character into a lowercase character, right? So that is what we do. Moving on to the next number, this is not a uppercase character, and hence we are just moving on to the next letter. Same applies here, a lowercase character, and hence we are moving on to the next letter. So here we have a letter which is capital L, and hence uppercase is true. So we must convert this into a lowercase letter. So we'll convert it into small l and then move on to the next number, sorry, the next character and then the next character. So when we reach the end of this string, our job is done. Let's just return what we have now. So that's pretty much it. But there are two main catches here. The first one being how to convert the uppercase into lowercase. And before that, how to find whether the given character is uppercase or lowercase. We know by seeing it, but how does the computer know that it is uppercase? There are two methods. The first one being a very simple method, which is to use the isUpper and isLower functions given in Java library itself. But that's a very easy approach, and what is there to learn in that, right? Everyone knows it. But let us try to understand how does that work, and we'll code the exact logic of isUpper ourselves. So that is a challenge, right? We won't want these LeetCode questions to be very easy as subscribing to our channel. So let's make it a bit tough by coding that isUpper function ourselves. So how does that work? Obviously, all these characters are encoded as ASCII values, as you might know. So these ASCII values range from A to Z, in the values being from 65 to 90. What do I mean by that is, capital A ASCII value is 65 and capital Z ASCII value is 90. And hence, if a given character is in the range of 65 to 90, then we can certainly say for sure that the given character is uppercase. But if it is something else like 97 or 105, then in that case, we can surely say that the given character is not uppercase. So the easiest code is, if the given character ASCII value is between 65 to 90, then in that case, it is an uppercase letter. So the first job is done. What's the second job? To convert this ASCII value to a lowercase letter, that is the same letter. So if it is capital I, convert it into small I, something like that. So how do we do that? So it's a very simple trick for that. What's the ASCII value of capital A? It's 65. What is the ASCII value of small a? It's 97. Okay. So at 65, 97. Just subtract it. 97 minus 65. What do we get? We get 32. Okay. So if we have capital A, we just add 32 to its ASCII value, and now we have small a, right? So this works for A. How does it work for B? The ASCII value of B is 66 and the ASCII value of small b is 98. Just subtract them, we get again 32. So for each and every one of these letters, if you just add 32 to its ASCII value, then we'll get the the lowercase one. So that is the solution to the second question. So using these two logic, we are going to solve this exact question. So let's move to the algorithm. So here we have a traverse string. That's the first step here. So traversing the string character by character. And then we are coming to the second point, which is to check whether the given character is upper or not. That is, whether it is uppercase or not. We have to convert it into lowercase only if it is an uppercase, right? So that is why we are checking whether it is an uppercase or not. So if I is an uppercase, then we have to convert it into lowercase by adding 32 to its ASCII value. And that is what we are exactly doing here. We are repeating this process for each and every character and finally returning the string. So that's pretty much our algorithm. Remember those two things. 65 to 90 is the range for capital A to capital Z, and 97 to 120 approximately, I guess. That I don't think it's 120. Something around that range. Okay. So that is the range for small a to z. So the difference between capital A and small a is 32, and that is the logic that we are going to use. Now let's move to LeetCode and code this exact logic. So here we have the two lowercase function which takes a string as input and returns the string as output. So the first job for us is to convert this given string into a character array. So why do we need to do that? Because a string is immutable. We can't change its elemental values. We want to convert its capital letters or uppercase characters into lowercase characters. We want to update its value, but in a string elemental update is not possible, and hence we are converting it into a character array to make it easy for us in order to do these processes. Okay, so we are creating a character array. So character, let's call it T, is equal to s dot to character array of. So this converts the given string into a character array and then stores it in the name of T. Okay, so that's our first job. What's the second job? And second point is to traverse this, right? So let's start with the traversal. Int I is equal to 0, I is less than T dot length I plus plus. So we are going to traverse this given character array. So what do we do with that now? We have to check whether the given character is uppercase or not. So what do we need to check in order to the given character is upper or not? We need the ASCII value, right? So let's first find that. So int ASCII is equal to, we need to find the ASCII value of the given character. So int of T of I. So this T of I is a character, and when explicitly converted into an integer, it becomes, or it gives us the ASCII value of that character. So this is how the concept works. Okay, you take a character, explicitly convert it into an integer, you get the ASCII value of it. Now with the ASCII value, we can just check that whether the given ASCII value is in the range between 65 to 90. Both of these are included, and hence ASCII value must be greater than 64. Okay, because 65 is included, and ASCII value is less than 91 because 90 is also included. Or you can always state it like ASCII value is greater than or equal to 65 and ASCII value should be less than or equal to 90. Both of these, mean the same thing. So hence you can use any one of these. Okay. So with that, let's get to the part where we actually give the value or what to do if the condition is true. So if the given condition is true, it means the character is in uppercase. So what do we have to do? We have to convert it into lowercase. What do we do to convert it into lowercase? We just add 32 to that number. So by adding 32 to ASCII value, we get the ASCII value of the lowercase counterpart, right? Now with this, we just have to convert this integer into a character. So explicitly convert it using the char of. Okay, so we have converted the given number into a lowercase. Now we have to update it in the array. So T of I is equal to the new value. Now this converts all these uppercase letters into lowercase letters. So this being the program for us. Now what do we do after converting all these uppercase into lowercase? We have this character array. But what is our output? Our output is a string. So we have to return this t but not directly after converting it into a string. So how do we do that? We have this function called string.valueOf. So we just pass in this character array to it, it converts it into a string and then returns it. So that completes our job for this code. Now let's run this and verify whether it works for the sample test case is given, and then yeah, it works for the sample cases. Now let's submit this code and verify whether it's worked for all the other test cases. Yeah, well done guys. So we have successfully completed the two lowercase function. Now that's a very good job. If you have any doubts, please drop down in the comments, and if you love this video, please drop a like and subscribe to Code.io. We'll see you in the next episode of the LeetCode Solutions. Until then, bye bye.